diggity dog. Breaking, diggity dog. Breaking. Diggity dog.
Welcome to episode 39 of the T40's podcast. My name's Benson.
I'm Ryan.
I'm Michael.
I'm Alexander.
Ooh. And we are going to talk about some things today. So if you want to send us an email, it's podcast@tipping40s.com. And if you want to leave a voicemail, it's 218-666-8407. We got some good voicemails today, or this
and
week.
Emails.
But, you do have
emails
emails,
suck.
huh?
Just the voicemails are good.
Okay. We're going to read them anyway, though, because
Yeah.
we suck. So.
Yeah, it kind of keeps the standard.
Okay. So
You go for it.
we're starting the emails now. Okay. I thought,
Yeah.
A good start.
You want to do what we're going to talk about today?
All right. We'll do that, I guess. We're going to have a beer of the week. Ryan's going to talk about gas prices. Alex is going to talk about one-uppers, whatever that means exactly.
The people who get mushrooms, green mushrooms.
And then we're gonna talk about
You're
movies,
fired.
which I know a lot of people have wanted us to talk about again.
Yeah. Lots to talk about.
And then we'll of course do the top 5. We're probably gonna run over again because we got a lot of stuff this week. So
Yeah.
All right. On to the emails. The first one is the best one. So we're going to start off on a high note and just fiddle down.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
go
that's-
down the toilet.
So this
it's
one's
an
from
album, then.
This one's from
Our
Owen.
typical podcast.
This one's from
Consistently
Owen.
worse each.
still talking?
Yeah.
I got some additional texting lingo for you guys. It's a picture. It says, decode your teen's TXT lingo.
Oh God.
More than 85% of teenagers use cell phones every day. Use this guide to figure out their secret text code.
Wait,
and
we should
keep
do what
them
we
out
did
of
yesterday, or last week. Did you read this article, actually? Did you see this?
Dude, this one is
okay,
ridiculous.
I'm talking to Benson.
These are ridiculous.
You try to guess what these are, okay?
All right.
DLOD.
So deload.
Damn, like, oh, damn.
Doing lots of drugs.
So damn.
Doing lots of drugs.
Doing lots of drugs.
Okay, this one's for Ryan.
I have I've seen the things.
Oh, this one's for you.
No, I've seen it, so...
SBBQ. You might get this one right.
Shitty barbecue.
Sex barbecue. Apparently this is what teenagers talk about, sex barbecue.
So, like, is that a barbecue where you go and you have sex with people, or are they roasting dawns on the barbecue or something? I
This was a saucy sex fest, so...
They
Maybe
don't
it's
roast
a-
dongs, they roast wieners.
Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one. OMGB.
Oh my God, bitch.
Old man gangbang.
What? Mine makes way more sense than that. You kidding me?
PS,
I don't know if this is. I think this is like a troll. This has to be like an Onion article or something, because one of them is LKAB. Let's kill a bum. I mean, seriously.
No,
fucking
my favorite
fabricated here.
No, PMC. Prolapse in my colon.
These
I don't like an
private
onion, man.
military.
MHIO.
Okay, let's go.
My hole is open.
Ew. That's gross.
Yo, girl, MHIO. Wait, should it be the other way? No.
Yeah.
Which
Let's
age?
move on.
Either way, we all got holes.
It's all right.
Which
You
age
stuff
is
things
it?
in.
All right, this one's from Felix. He says, I'm just going to read the title. It will cost around $870 to unlock all of Mass Effect 3's in-game content, according to his article he sent.
Yeah, this is almost the top.
So, fuck you, Andrew.
How much does it cost to unlock the fun?
Don't know.
It's $1 billion.
No.
No, it's still loading.
Okay, this guy, this one's from John. He says, your thoughts on Kickstarter. Hey guys, I've had my interest in Kickstarter piqued by 2 recent creative projects you might or might not be aware of,
Tim Schafer.
which
Yeah, Double
have
Fine
both
Farm.
raised over $1 million. And he's talking about how, while I'm aware that these are both extreme examples which come from popular creators that have been working in their fields for at least a decade or more, it's forced me to change my opinion of creative Kickstarter products from quirky niche fillers on a shoestring budget to something possibly more mainstream, which is exactly what we were talking about. So pretty much...
the two he's talking about is one, the Double Fine thing. Tim Schafer's making a video game. And he
Making a new adventure
got over like
game.
$1 million within like a day. And the other one's Order of the Stick. It's some online webcomic. Which
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was an iPhone app or some shit.
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, the
Never
point is,
mind.
though, that these already had a following to begin
Yeah.
with.
Yeah.
If we went on Kickstarter and tried to earn money, We would get a little bit from people who already like us, but other than that, we wouldn't get jack shit. And that's the inherent problem with Kickstarter is unless someone...
You need to have an established brand.
Unless you have a fan base or someone has like cancer or something, you're probably not going to get much money from it.
You need to get your word out. Like it's a good
Cancer's old.
platform to get money on. But
true.
if you don't have any publicity, you're not going to get anything.
That's the problem.
I gotta say though, what you could do is you could put a really cute puppy on your thing and say like, "Oh, that has nothing to do with what I'm trying to do."
Or you get a really cute puppy and say, "Give me money, or I'm going to shoot this dog."
Or
Yeah, that's like the rabbit
you
thing.
could get 20 really cute puppies and put them in an arena.
Okay, shut up. Next one.
Call
I'm
it the
listening.
Puppy World Series.
That would be good.
Still boring.
It's the same exact thing.
This
because
one's
they can't play
from
sports.
Aaron Andrews, my cousin. No, just kidding. Hey, T40's.
Hey.
He says, hey, just writing in regards to the movie title segment that Benson was talking about. It's really opened my eyes to what's in a title and what makes a good title compared to a shitty one. A concern / whinge that I have is certain genres, horror movies just for example, completely overusing a particular word generally uses a sequel title. Words such as redemption or vengeance. Or even worse is naming the movie with a number, then using a word to follow it up. The following is just an example. Super Duper Serial Killer 3 Redemption. Yeah.
Yeah.
They always adapt with the number and also...
My problem with horror movies is the fact that there's numbers after some of their titles.
Yeah, that they made more than one of something.
That's a lot of them could be solved without that.
Actually, what you're seeing a lot more now is they don't even put numbers on a lot of superhero movies because...
Well, we talked about this,
Yeah.
didn't we? Where you
Yeah.
said it's
They don't
because
wanna
they plan on rebooting
Yeah.
it. So
Yeah.
they have to do it like that.
So that kind of falls... I don't know. I mean, they could kind of put it into a series with the colon bullshit.
I think it's an often...
Stupid.
Unless it's a really bad, like, almost, like, unbelievably bad title, people usually don't even think about it. And I think it's actually a pretty interesting thing to...
The Matrix Revolutions, dumb-ass name.
That's
I can never
bad
remember
name.
which one's number 2 and which one's number 3.
Reloaded
Yeah.
is number 2. They're both shit. Doesn't
even
matter.
And they both start with an RE word.
And they
Yeah,
both start
bad.
with an hour of nothing.
They do. Fucking
All right,
boring.
next one from John Galt. The Valentine's Day act.
Gold? Is that really what it says?
Says.
Fucking Atlas shrugged in the house.
Yeah.
To start a business.
That Valentine's Day acronym segment you did on the last podcast was great. It also reminded me of something similar. A few years ago, the Office of National Drug Control Policy had a website that was designed to inform parents and such about drugs and drug abuse. Most of it was obviously not particularly interesting. What was interesting, however, was the giant list of street terms of various drugs.
This is great.
So he links it.
You could guess it again, Benson.
He links it. Here's some of them. You got to guess what drugs these are.
Those are drugs, okay?
Yeah. Drugs are drug terms.
First one, Hubba, I am back.
Hubba, I am back. That would be heroin.
Crack cocaine.
Oh.
Twin Towers.
Twin Towers.
Something blown up.
Oh, God, I don't even know. Yeah, something injected. Heroin.
Heroin after September 11th.
Okay.
Only after September.
WTC.
Well, that's World Trade Center. So meth. No,
Same thing.
No, LSD because it's all fiction. You see what I'm saying?
No, I'm in the tower
Truther.
because of the
Oh, I got you.
syringe, you know. Smurf?
Oh, that's
That's gotta be meth.
Cigar dipped in embalming fluid.
What? That's not a thing.
Snot,
That'll get you high
balls.
as
This one's
fuck.
good. Snot balls.
Snot balls? Oh, God, I don't even...
I don't
speed
want
balls?
it.
Actually, it makes
Balls?
sense.
Rubber cement rolled into balls, burned, and the fumes are inhaled.
Rubber cement, basically.
Dude, people will get high on
These
anything.
are stupid-ass fucking drugs.
Pikachu.
You're not even doing the good ones.
Pikachu. I don't want to guess meth because I keep guessing meth. I know I got to get it sometime. I have no idea.
Pills containing PCP and ecstasy.
How would I ever know that?
These are stupid.
Klingons.
Klingons.
Crack addicts.
Yeah.
What was it?
Crack addicts. Interplanetary mission. I never read this one. Travel from
that's a
one
good
crack house to another to search for crack.
These are pretty
I
dumb.
thought these were all just drugs, not like drug concepts,
Yeah.
and like traveling between
Well,
places
whatever.
to get drugs.
And this one's actually in the article. 2-for-1 sale. A marketing scheme designed to promote the increase of crack sales.
So you have these crack addicts handing out 2-for-1 coupons on the corner.
What? Hey,
No, they
guess
got
what you
punch
don't have to do?
cards.
Guess what you don't have to do? You don't have to have a sub club or a 2-for-1 with a crack addict.
Yeah,
they
all you
will buy
gotta do,
it.
all you gotta do is go on your iPhone. And there's a Groupon app. You can get it in one click, Bring it to your dealer.
The easiest thing to sell
$5 for
is
$10.
crack.
I gotta say,
Do you ever know someone that's like, I have to liquidate. I have too much crack. Like I can't get rid of it.
Well, that's how I get my dimes. I buy them. I go and I buy a $5 Groupon, and it's worth 10. So that's a dime bag.
I gotta say, the punch cards would work really well to keep you going back to the same dealer, though. It's like, oh, shit, I want to go to this guy, but I already got 3 cracks from this one.
And it'll also be really long and get you indicted.
Are we done with emails? Because we haven't even done one voicemail.
Done with emails.
All right, we're gonna move on to voicemails because yes. All right, here we go.
Hey guys, this is Elfin Gun from the Something Awful forums. You guys are talking about movie titles and how shitty they've gotten lately.
I think so.
Well, there's a certain type of movie that has the worst titles, and that's romantic comedies, which I'm actually surprised you guys didn't talk about. So, as you guys know, being movie buffs, romantic comedies are made to be like totally throwaway, garbage, shoot you the shit titles, you know, $10 million, make a $20 million profit, move on to the next one. Yep. And the titles always follow the exact same pattern. So basically they always go with 3 words, 4 syllables. Just in the last year, I have a list. Just to list up a few. Crazy, Stupid Love, No Strings Attached, Friends with Benefits, What's Your Number, The Ugly Truth, Good Luck Chuck, Friends with Money, The Backup Plan That's Hyphenated So Counts, The Heartbreak Kid, The Wedding Date, This Is War, and the only good one, Midnight in Paris. So, now that I told you this, you'll notice that everywhere, literally every romantic comedy has the exact same naming convention, just to make people go like, oh, that's a movie. It's about love. Let's go. Anyways, love the podcast. Don't want to make this run on too long because you guys are fucking getting millions of views. So, anyways, have a good one.
I like how almost none of those actually explain what the plot's about, except for Friends with Benefits.
When in Rome is what you said when you re-listened to it the first time.
That's one of the worst titles.
When in Rome is bad. And they do that a lot, though, is they'll take part of a phrase and go like, when in Rome, or they'll take a common phrase that people say and let's be like, well, that's short. I'll just fucking throw that up there.
I actually recently watched
Hollywood isn't dead.
I watched about 20 minutes of Something Borrowed. You know what's borrowed in that movie?
The plot.
The plot.
Oh, we watched
every movie.
We watched a
ever.
romantic comedy.
It's based on a book.
We just watched a romantic comedy from Justin to Kelly.
Yeah, that was fucking
We should
bad.
talk about that in movies.
We'll talk about that.
Briefly.
Ryan had to leave.
They tend to have really bad titles because you're right, they are throwaway movies. They're just there to make a buck and then they go, fuck it, just go to the next one. But When in Rome pisses me off because I think that movie wasn't made and then titled.
I was going to say, do you think they thought of the title first?
The title, they went,
let's put it in Rome.
Called When in Rome.
They did.
It's going to be about her going to Rome.
That's what I was going to ask.
Okay, so the same girl actually sent us a follow-up here.
Hey, it's Elfin again. I just realized you guys forgot the best movie title ever. Becoming Being John Malkovich. Great fucking title. I love it. It's crazy.
It gives it away.
Anyways.
It doesn't at all.
No, that title's great.
Could you give that movie away?
No, it's too insane.
Brain transport.
It's like,
spoilers. Door.
Is someone actually going to beat John Malkovich's movie? I don't think so. Oh, they are. It's like, all right, that title's awesome.
It's too insane. And we did have a voicemail from the guy that called us really drunk, but we can only play a couple of them, and it was kind of soft, so we can't play it. But he said that he didn't remember calling us. He said he only remembered like one of them or something. Called us like 4 times, so he must
that was great.
Pretty drunk, yeah. So here's another one.
Hey, what's up, T40's? This is the Burnsism guy. And I just wanted to let you know I'm getting your word out. I'm on this website called Vocal, VOKLE, and I'm on a web show right now, and I'm trying to get your word out. So, just thanks for all the Let's Plays and the podcasts and stuff.
You're welcome.
And hope you guys keep doing what you're doing. Just trying to get the word out. I mean, you guys are freaking hilarious. Need to get some laughter into this world. So, later.
Thanks.
Thank you.
We can always use more people listening to it.
You can always download us on iTunes. Oh.
His voice.
Are we ever going to fucking do that, by the way?
I don't know if we ever will.
We can't even tell people, hey, you should let your friends know.
I almost don't
the main
want to at this
medium-
point because of that.
That guy's voicemail started to turn into like Brett Favre's voicemail. He's like, just chilling in my hotel, sitting around. I don't know if you guys ever heard that one.
That thing's
when he calls
great.
that one girl, just hanging out.
Here's a picture of my dick.
Won't come over. Just whatever.
Here it is.
Wearing some Wranglers.
We got a
put it
couple
on
other
iTunes
voicemails too,
eventually.
but we're already 15 minutes in, and we haven't even started.
Mine's
yet,
not that long.
so.
Ryan's will be long, I'm sure.
But let's just move on. We'll do the beer of the week now, which is going to take 2 seconds. I'm doing Red Stripe, Jamaican lager. I like Red Stripe.
Australian.
You can buy it at a grocery store. I like grocery store beers because sometimes you don't want to go to the liquor store. You don't, or it's too
we're
late.
lucky here in Arizona because they sell beer in the liquor store. In like Minnesota, where I'm from, they don't.
Yeah, a lot of
Socialist.
places.
They have
it's
New
weird.
Belgium in the grocery store, you know.
They do, but I like Red Stripe though. I like it. I think it's good, and I like how the bottles are shaped.
I always get Red Stripe confused with Session, though.
Also has one of the best nicknames, Jamaican hand grenades.
Jamaican
It's
hand
fucking
grenades.
great.
I wish
drink
more
one.
beers would shape the bottle like that. Session does it too.
Yeah, it's good. It's
They're probably
got a good-
distributed by the same people who fucking.
Their commercials are good, too.
Yeah,
They do
well,
have-
they don't really do them
Not anymore, but yeah, they did. Yeah, their commercials were awesome.
Great
Red Stripe, if you like,
You got to talk about the
want a cheap
flavor or something?
lager. It's a.
Tastes like Red Stripe.
It tastes like a lager. Really, nothing tastes like it, but it also tastes. I mean, it's a lager, but
It's kind
I
of
don't know.
sweet.
I honestly
It's-
don't like the taste of it.
He doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't
like
like Red Stripe. He's not a fan, but
It's just lager.
I don't know. I enjoy it. It's also really bad for you. Like of all the lagers, I think it has like the highest calories. So cool. You don't need to know any more about Red Stripe. You can go buy some at the store if you really want to try it. Okay, let's talk about some gas prices.
Really? Did we have to?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
And they're out of control. I have this Honda Civic. It gets about 40 miles a gallon. And it's
So
been killing
I
my pocketbooks.
unfortunately sit near a sales floor at my work, and they always have 24-hour news on whether it be MSNBC, CNN, Fox, etc.
And since they're salespeople, I'm sure they drive economical cars.
Yes, they do, like M5s. But
Yeah.
regardless,
That's economical.
I've been hearing a lot about gas prices, which I gotta say, this is a big ass first world problem. I mean, and I don't
Yeah.
mean that in a serious sense. I mean, as you people need to shut the fuck up about it. Let's talk about some stats real quick about gasoline, because I
I don't want to know
It's called
stats.
petrol.
Yeah, if you're from
Here's my stat. Before it was less. Now it is more.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
want stats.
so
Makes me
currently.
look dumb.
Currently, the average price of gas in the U.S. is $3.90 or $3.59. This is about like 5 days ago. So
I think it went up to 367 by the
Whatever.
end of the week. But yeah.
a lot of times people talk about gas prices in terms of barrels of crude oil, and people don't understand what this is. A barrel of crude oil is 42 U.S. gallons, or about 159 liters. The United States petroleum consumption per day is 19,148,000 barrels, which is about 804 million gallons. Okay.
Like
To
gas.
give you an idea of this, because people are dumb, this is a 10-lane Olympic pool every 70 seconds.
Nice.
We like gas.
Like I said, a 10-lane Olympic pool every 70 seconds. Do you realize how big those pools are?
Yeah, they're huge.
They're fucking huge. By the way, the world's oil
They're in
production.
my tub.
The world's oil production is around 86.7 million barrels a day, which means the U.S. uses about 22% of it. Okay, this one country
Yeah.
uses about 22% of it. So as
Big
it
country,
is,
yeah.
we're using way too much gas. I mean,
Well,
that's
really?
a lot of
it
gas.
has, there's more to it than that.
Yeah.
Because
There's a lot to it.
Keep talking.
But so the gas prices are going up. Why is gas getting higher? Why is the price going up? Okay. Well, the first and most obvious thing is right now Iran's being a huge bunch of dicks, and they want a new
That's,
thing.
I personally think that's bullshit.
No, it's the reason it's happening is because since Iran is deciding that hey, we may cut off all the gas, which they're probably going to do because they're a bunch of crazy people. They've already cut off shipments to New Britain and France, and they're going to halt export to other European countries. Plus, they've already threatened to close the Strait of Hormuz, which takes
They'll
about
never do.
well 1/5 of the oil in the world goes
Yeah.
through there. So right now, all the people in the stock market that do all these future pricing for oil are freaking the fuck out, and they're raising the prices, of course, because that's how the stock
Well,
market.
by freaking the fuck out, you mean excited
Well, they're going to make more
because
money,
they
yeah.
hold assets, so
Yeah,
they'll go up.
Regardless, that's the main reason why it's going up. There's also a couple of other reasons. For example, the economy's starting to improve, actually, at least in the United States anyway, and that's more better economy has more demand, so the prices are going to go up, obviously. I mean, the S&P has rose 8% in 2012. So, I mean, that's a good thing, but it's also going to raise the price of gas. It's just how it works. Another thing is the dollar's falling compared to the euro, etc.
But there isn't inflation, dude.
Shut up.
No, not at all.
And
Bernanke prevented that.
since a lot of oil is priced in the dollar, when it falls, obviously it's going to the dollar. When the dollar falls, the price is going to go up.
Yeah.
You know, obviously.
So we should go to the euro.
Sure.
America.
Yeah.
Another thing, also, even though the U.S. remains the world's biggest oil consumer, developing nations, India, China's the big one, but India, Brazil, etc., are all, more people in those countries are buying cars, using oil, etc., so more demand, obviously. And then last thing, natural gas prices have been falling, actually, within the last year. And the gas price, natural gas and crude oil, they're pretty much inverse relationship. When one rises, the other falls, etc.
Yeah.
So since gas is going down, oil's going up. Because there's way too much natural gas in the market right now, so the prices go down.
I will talk about that at a point.
So those are the reasons, basically, why the gas prices are going around. But so really, what can we do about it? So we got some news clips here. I was listening. This is the one that I heard when I was actually at work. So it's from Fox News. This is Sally Cohen, I think her name is. She's
an idiot.
Yeah, she's a dumbass, but it's a Fox one here.
Look, the reality is, and frankly, everybody on both sides of the aisle knows this, there's very little that's affecting gas prices that the president or, frankly, anyone can do anything about. Mostly the spike is driven by the conflict, the mounting conflict and the saber rattling in Iran, and to a lesser extent by what's going on in Europe. And that's the reality. It's a separate conversation. Unfortunately, it makes it more complicated from what we do about domestic energy production.
So what she's saying basically is there's nothing we can really do about it. I mean, we can't nuke. Well, I guess we could nuke Iran off the map, but that would kill all the oil. Well, so the oil price would go up anyway. But I mean, it's like there's nothing really we can do about it because I mean, it's out of the range of Congress or the president or anyone to do stuff about. But then we have Martha McCallum here, which was the host of the Fox News channel. It's the second one.
Look, it isn't. It isn't though, because we've been talking, Rich Lowry, for years about becoming energy independent.
I screwed up that clip on
I mean, John McCain, when he
apparently,
had an
this is two people talking over each other.
I thought it was actually a Fox News show.
That sounds like us. So.
It sounds like Fox and Friends.
Well, since I fucked it up, sorry. But what she was basically saying is she was saying that John McCain basically 4 years ago was saying that we have to actually increase domestic production by doing more fracking, doing more drilling the coast.
Oh yeah, that won't do
green
anything.
Initiatives, getting more nuclear
power
plants. But you know what? All those things have increased. Fracking has increased. Oil drilling has increased. We just started the first new nuclear plant in like over 30 years. A couple months ago.
How's that working out?
They're building it.
I mean, how is it working out? Raising all this shit.
Oh, I guess she's trying to say that we shouldn't use oil.
This is like when someone orders a 60-ounce steak and goes, "I'll have a Diet Coke with that." Who gives a shit? I saved that 100 calories.
It's not helping.
It's the same thing.
It's not enough.
But the whole idea is like there's no they're trying to. She was trying to pass off the fact that everyone in this country has been saying that we should go to self-reliant, I don't know what they're going to say, domestic production of energy sources, whether it be natural gas, oil, etc. And we've been doing this, but the thing is the demand is outpacing any sort of growth we can have here.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's the 100% what the problem is.
So the problem is illegal immigrants using the gas, right?
Yeah,
okay, got it.
Yeah. They keep using our electricity by turning lights on.
So what we need to do is kill all the Mexicans.
No, we don't want to kill them. We just want to disconnect their power.
We still need to use them for stuff.
Oh yeah, that's true.
They got to pick our fruit, right?
So so obviously this being an election year, let's see what some of the candidates can say about how to fix this. The first new one.
If you're president of the United States tonight, what would you be doing about gas policy, and when would those prices come down?
Well, gasoline was $1.13 a gallon when I was Speaker. It was $1.89 when Obama was sworn in. It is in California above $4 today in some places. The fact is, one, I'd sign the Keystone Pipeline immediately to start Canadian oil moving south into the United States. Two, I'd open up offshore development, both off, for example, the Gulf of Mexico, but also in the Chukchi Sea and Alaska. Three, I would open up federal lands. The one great breakthrough has been North Dakota, and the reason is...
Okay, so, first off, his point is that when he was Speaker of the House in 94, Yeah.
Yeah.
It was $1.18 or something.
Back in my
I didn't
day,
hear what he said.
films are only a nickel.
Was he saying? What was he implying by that? Was he just saying like
He was responsible.
What
yeah, was he
implying
implying that he was responsible? How would him as
He was
Speaker of
making
the
a
House?
leading statement. He wasn't claiming it, but he was just making the point and kind of
Right.
What he was trying to, in my opinion, what he was trying to do is he was saying when he was Speaker of the House it was $1.18. When Obama came in, it was like $1.38 or something. Now it's $4. He's trying to say
$1.38.
I don't know if his statements are true, but he's trying to imply
not.
that because Obama came into office, it's now way higher.
Well, what he's implying is when he becomes in office, it'll be $1.18 again.
Yeah.
Even though they
Freedom costs
manufactured,
$1.18.
they manufactured the low gas prices on purpose at the end of Bush's.
In 2004, they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, toward the end of his
first term.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they
totally
manufactured really low gas prices, and then they went back up because they were like, "We can't fucking maintain this shit."
But
so funny.
Basically, the 3 points he brought afterwards, the fact that we have to start drilling the coast, do the Keystone Pipeline,
Which we already do.
et cetera.
They already got approved.
My question is, and this is the thing I think they brought up in the third clip. I might as well just play it. The third one.
What, the third one?
Yeah. I screwed up
confusing me
these
here.
clips, yeah.
All right. I mean, those are broad policies that are going to, I understand that, but people who are going gas pump today, they want it down yesterday, and so I'm curious, is there anything you could do to get them down in the next month? The prices down because these prices are going up. Is there anything, or is that asking something that can't be done?
No, look, there's a big futures pricing factor in gasoline and in oil. They're very much affected by the uncertainty of the Straits of Hormuz and what Iran has been doing. If the American president tonight announced that he was opening up the Gulf of Mexico, where we already have all the rigs available, if he announced that we were going to 100% expensing so people could write off all their new equipment in 1 year, and if he announced that they were going to open up federal lands, you would see the futures expectation of gasoline prices start to drop tomorrow morning.
Okay. So he's basically saying
that's sort of true.
No.
Yeah, it would drop tomorrow morning because stock people are like, oh, news, and they would drop it.
Yeah, and then it realized, oh, it's going to take, 10 years for these things to actually start going into full production.
He didn't even say that. He said the futures expectation
also,
will drop.
How do you make, so a company drills, right? Mm-hmm. They want to make a profit. They get a bunch of oil, and then what do they do with that oil? They supply it to maximize profitability. Yeah, so why would they flood the market and fuck themselves? Yeah, exactly. It's the stupidest idea.
Well, you don't want the most profitable companies in the entire world to be able to write off all their new equipment so that they can fucking drill for oil. You don't want that to happen?
Yeah.
Why not? Why don't you want that to happen? Why don't you want these people who make billions and billions and billions of dollars a year to get all their shit written off? You don't want that?
That's a great
they're
point.
Job creators.
Well, we're going to need them to...
Mexico.
Jobs.
We're going to need them to drill to the asteroid when one comes to hit Earth. So.
It's training.
Yeah, well, that's how you get deep into it to set the bomb off.
Okay, so Newt has his great plan here for... let's just start.
Which is Obama's plan, by the way.
Well, we have a clip of Obama. Let's play the clip of Obama here. All right. What do you got to say?
You can bet that since it's an election year, they're already dusting off their 3-point plan for $2 gas.
It's got a lot of pauses.
And I'll save you the suspense. Step 1 is to drill, and step 2 is to drill. And then step 3 is to keep drilling. We heard the same line in 2007 when I was running for president. We hear the same thing every year. We've heard the same thing for 30 years.
So,
he's right about that.
Well, yeah, he's right about that. But Newt Gingrich has a stupid plan. Let's, drill everywhere because the gas prices will go down tomorrow if that happens. But Obama really doesn't have any plan.
No.
Yeah, I know.
He's basically deal with it. And I mean, in a way, he's correct. We kind of have to because there's nothing we can do about it. But I mean, he's not really putting any ideas forward.
They talk about the problem is that they're always talking about decreasing our dependency on foreign oil,
which is something we should do.
No, it's not. What we should do is decrease our dependency on fucking oil in general. Yes. That's what we need to do.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly. Exxon doesn't want that, so...
Yeah, they give me my money, so shut up.
Yeah, that's why he doesn't say any shit like that.
No.
Why would he? That would ruin him.
Okay, I have some disagreements with your... I think there's... I think
Are you just skipping out on Newt 2? Is that not going
to... Newt 2 was actually the first one because it went longer than I wanted to.
Oh, I
I'm
see.
good at Audacity.
Okay, but... I think that the whole supply thing is a myth. I think it's bullshit. I don't think that's why prices are going up. I think prices are going up because the commodities market, it bets long.
Yeah, they do.
And
they bet short. They bet on short-term profits over long-term.
But it's made to be long bets, though, and that's why it's fucked up. They bet short, but they really should be betting long. The whole system just doesn't work.
Well, you think it's like tipsters? Like they basically go, it's going to go down, drop it for a little bit. And
no,
then...
everyone makes money if the thing goes up.
Right.
The commodities traders want it to go up. So inherently, it's a bad idea.
Well, I think the problem is the market overcorrects itself way too hard in either direction.
Yeah.
For example, in 2008, August of 2008, when the housing market was starting to tank hard, gas prices were up about $4. I paid like $4.60 for my car.
They were in the mid fours.
Yeah, and then they realized the people are having too hard of a time paying for gas as they're losing their homes, and these people are like, oh shit, no one's going to buy gas because they can't afford their houses. And
that's
it went back down
true.
to like $1.10.
Yeah, well, it went. We should really look at the price of oil per barrel. It was at $160 a barrel or somewhere around there, maybe $170 even, and it went down to $70 a barrel in less than a month. In 3 weeks, it lost over 50% of its value.
Yeah.
There is nothing that can happen with supply that causes that. And the reason why you have these, you're right, there are these drastic
There are things that cause it,
corrections,
like, for example,
right?
the burning oil wells in Iraq in 2000. Or not 2000, but I mean,
yeah, but
1990.
It's not reflective of anything, though. That's the problem. And you're right, they do overcorrect. But the reason why they overcorrect is because they get better yields when the thing either tanks or rises. Because if it tanks, they can short it and make a ton of money, and the yields are bigger. So they always bet these crazy bets. And
you've got something there probably, but the problem in general, though, is just that we are looking at ways to produce ourselves with cheaper oil when what we should be doing is...
Stop using it.
Yeah, exactly.
I was just about to say that. I've been waiting for you guys to stop talking so I could say that.
We're taking all this money to put it into things like new drilling equipment for them and letting them write it off. Why don't we take all that money and put it into fucking public transportation that's actually good?
Well,
people use the subway.
It's not as practical in most cities in the U.S., though, is the problem.
That is an unfortunate thing that our country is so fucking big.
Well, no, it's not even the so big part. Is that it needs to be a huge cultural change. Everybody feels entitled to have cars and be able to drive around whenever they want.
Part of the American dream.
Yeah, it is. And to be able to change that, it's not going to happen.
I agree with that. I kind of disagree that it's not viable in a lot of cities. I think it's that way because of what he's saying, because we make it that way on purpose. Like, people love their cars here. People fucking love cars. They fucking love driving their cars around. You think people in Europe, like, especially a lot of...
it's way more money.
Yeah, it's way more money, and people aren't, like, as car obsessed as they... Because America's the home of the automobile.
Well, it's easy for them to get around without it, so...
That's true.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I mean, it is a mix-up between the fact that a lot of European countries are way smaller.
And also it's a pain in the ass to drive a car around
That's a big part, because the cities were built for walking.
So convenient here.
They were built for walking.
Well, think about it. The cities that are least convenient for driving cars are also the ones that have the best public transportation. New York City, Boston. These are cities that have great public transportation systems. And guess what? A lot of people don't drive their cars around.
It's a long time to get there.
It mystifies me when people drive in New York City. It's like, why are you driving in this city?
Unless you're going across town completely.
No, it's still worse. It takes longer.
Well, it depends.
No, you can take the west, whatever.
All right, well, we're getting into other stuff.
Yeah.
In any case, stop bitching about the price of gas, because you live in a country where you can pay, I'm stealing a Dennis Miller joke here. You can pay $3 to move a 2.5-ton vehicle 25 miles in half an hour.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, whereas
Dennis Miller.
Dennis Miller.
Like
but look at
good point.
Look at fucking Europe, man. I mean, their prices are twice ours.
I just
for petrol.
It's a frustrating issue for me, because I agree that our consumption's too high and stuff, but I also feel like the oil companies use it and the traders use it to manipulate the price, and it fucking sucks.
Shocking.
Yeah. So it's like, we should probably be paying more for gas, but at the same time, the reason why it goes up is fraudulent, so it's like this weird...
Yeah, but in a way they're helping, because by keeping it high, it brings consumption down.
But people don't use less. It's just like Starbucks. People keep fucking drinking Starbucks.
Yeah. Well, what should happen is, instead of it being like that, it doesn't matter, we're at 34.
What happens to everyone just take a gun and shoot themselves? That would help.
That's a little.
We can shoot them too.
It's maybe a little severe. They should just tax it really heavily. Just tax the shit out of it and use the money for something that's actually
I always
good.
had a plan for my own freeway where only good drivers are allowed someday. I'll enact that.
You know why they don't tax it, though? Because it would be political suicide. Because it's like...
absolutely
it's like,
it would.
I'm making gas way more expensive, so...
Yeah. Okay, well, let's move on to one-uppers with Alex.
All right, Ryan, that segment was pretty boring and lame, so I'm going to teach you a really good one. This is how it's done, bitch. Talking about one-uppers right now. So... If you don't know what a one-upper is...
They're the people who write on that site, oneup.com, right?
Yeah, that's what they are. I hate those people, too. So.
Yeah, they're not very good. They're not very good.
One-uppers people who always try to one-up someone else, meaning they try to say something better than what they said or be cool or whatever.
You think that's cool?
Yeah, I think that's cool. I was on the moon.
Well, my dad...
Brian Reed.
I was... Okay, for example, someone comes into work on a Monday and talks about how drunk they got that weekend. And then some other douche one-ups him and cuts in and says, well, I got way more drunk than you did. Okay.
Congrats,
good for
you're
you.
an alcoholic.
Good for you. Instead of telling a funny story of how or why they got drunk, he or she just wants to prove that they're more cool by saying they did something better than that person, no matter what they say. I hate these fucking people. I don't give a shit about whether or not what you've done is better than what I've done. Maybe you told a story about it and listened to what I'm saying, rather than just waiting for the instant I stop talking to tell me all about how the time you broke your arm hurt way more than the time I did. It's always about pain too. If you tell a story about how you're in pain, it's like, oh yeah, well, what about this,
To
bitch?
be fair, both of my arms came through my skin, and my arm was at a 45
One-upper. Shut up,
angle.
Ryan. Fuck you. I don't even have an arm, okay? I lost my arm.
I think the problem is that a lot of people one-up, but they don't have the ability to back up their story, like with actually any storytelling skill.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, oh, well, I did this. It's like, yeah, and
there's people who talk to better themselves to make people think they're cool. There's people who talk to have laughs. There's people who like to tell stories.
Yeah.
All the one-uppers are just doing it for themselves.
Yeah, they just want to feel.
They want to be the center of attention.
Yeah.
They want everyone to think they're cool. Whatever
I'm the best.
Fuck, yeah. So that's one of the most common forms is the whole pain thing. Anytime someone mentions something like, I had a fever, this is a big one. This happens every single time no matter what. I had a fever 103 this weekend. Fucking sucked. Someone else would be like, oh yeah? I had a fever 104 when I was 12, bitch. Way hard. Every single time someone mentions fever numbers, someone has to go, I had what, a 104.
I survived a 106.
I had a 105. I had a 105. What's up? Well, yeah, I got the... When someone goes to 106, it's like, okay, you actually died then. I know you're lying now. Just if you're going to do that, just go straight to 105.
Well, no, it
So
actually makes sense
you.
because if they had a fever 106, they probably suffered severe brain damage, and that's half that one up while they're doing it. So
that's what caused it.
It's the side effect of high fever.
That's like some meta shit.
Congratulations
right
on ruining the conversations, asswipes. Jeez, great job. So the worst though is when you get two one-uppers together, or maybe it's the best.
Oh no, I think it's the best.
That's the
I think
best.
it's fucking great
because they'll just keep on going and going until something more painful happened to them, and then they just end up making up tons of shit.
Oh yeah, they'll
just
change.
Sitting there.
They'll also change the conversation to be something that they're more comfortable with.
Yeah.
Like if they run out of things, they'll be like, yeah, well, have you ever seen this? And it's like completely different. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I ate 2 Chipotle burritos once.
no.
No, we're going, Ryan. He ate 3 once. So, yeah, I
really
ate 3.
did.
Oh, yeah? Well, fuck, dude. I ate a 72-ounce steak. They'll just keep going and going and going.
Yeah.
I ate a 96-ounce steak, but I didn't eat the grizzle because I'm John Candy. Of course.
So another thing with one-uppers is they always fucking interrupt people, too, to get in what they're going to say about themselves. They always want to like, no, wait, what about me? Me. They can't wait for the other person to just finish what they're fucking saying. Stop fucking interrupting people to get a boner about how much more awesome you are than someone else, all right? If you know you're so much better, you wouldn't have to tell everyone else how much better you are, okay?
It's true.
Stop one-upping. One-uppers, I mean, they always want to talk about themselves.
Well, I think that a lot of people, like, I get the impression from a lot of people, and these are people I can't stand talking to, are ones who... They're not really listening to you. They're just waiting for their turn to talk, basically.
That's kind of what it is.
They talk at you, not to you.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, I just want to talk about shit. But it's like, you don't want to hear, you don't want to engage in a conversation.
No, the worst is when they ask a question, and then you answer it, and then they don't follow it up with anything. It's like, well, this gives me an excuse to talk to you about what I actually want to talk about.
Right.
Yeah. It's like, how's it going? Oh, I'm doing okay. Oh, that's cool. Let me tell you about this.
And they always interrupt. Those are ADD people. So.
Yeah.
They do that a lot. But yeah, the whole thing about waiting to talk that is, I don't know, it's just they only want to talk about themselves the entire time. They don't care about what everyone else is going to say, so. I don't know. Viewers out there, don't fucking play games with these assholes. Just let them say how much better they are than you, whatever. Don't continue to try and one-up them. Just let them say it. If they talk about... Here's a good idea you can do. If they talk about how much pain they were in sometimes, tell them how they're fucking retarded for always hurting themselves. And then one-up them by saying how well you take care of your body, and see if afterwards they say, of course they'll one up you and say, well, I'm healthy too. That's just since my injuries, I've been really healthy as well. See if they one up you again. Just try it out. Just completely shit on whatever they one up you on to see if they'll try and do it again.
I do like fucking with people like that because they never get it. They never get what you're doing to them.
It's a double thing going on
because they think you're trying to one up them. It's like, oh yeah, I got this bitch.
Yeah.
So you just can't watch Bill O'Reilly or like...
Oh, God.
Bill O'Reilly's kind of funny.
Or like Rachel Maddow or anything like that, because it's like, oh, yeah, but what about
does
this?
That so bad.
Oh, yeah, what about this?
I think Maddow's worse than O'Reilly with that. I hate her.
Yeah,
the way she...
Either sides of the aisle, you got idiots. So, anyways,
there's plenty of them.
One-ups.
Point is, stop having a conversation where the whole point is to look better than someone else. How about instead of changing the subject to yourself, have an actual conversation? Except if they're boring, then just tell them to fuck off, so whatever.
Let's talk at them.
Yeah. It's short. Just don't like one-uppers, so.
Fair enough. Let's talk about movies.
Okay.
Let me talk about movies. I'm better at doing it than you, so.
Huh?
So what movie did you see this weekend?
I saw the
I saw this.
I saw the bow. I saw Star Wars in 3D. I win.
You know what I did see?
Oh, how was that?
I didn't see it.
You know what
I thought you did.
You know what I actually did see? I went to see Secret World of Arietti.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Oh, you didn't tell me that.
It was good. You know, it's a Studio Ghibli movie. They're all similar.
Quirky.
Yeah. It's not, it's the anime. But, you know, I like Studio Ghibli. I've liked all their movies. I really like Spirited Away. I think that movie's awesome. But
pretty good.
But, yeah, it wasn't bad. It's about borrowers, you know, the borrowers.
Yeah, it seemed like an interesting idea.
The barter system?
It's, no.
The barters?
Barterers?
Yeah, it's
no, well, borrowers, I can't say it right. Borrowers is it's like a common fairy tale, though. It's old.
Yeah.
And they made, like, Disney made a Borrowers movie a long time ago.
Yeah, they did.
I think it was called The Borrowers, actually. I think that's just what it was called. But, you know, it's typical. There's little people, and they live inside the house, and the normal humans don't know about them, and they have their own little secret world, and one kid finds out, and typical plot. You're not really too shocked by any of it, but it's a fun little movie. It wasn't bad. Worth watching.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't have much to say about it, really.
Okay, well, so this weekend, what comes out is, there's actually 4 movies, sorry, I thought 3. There's Tyler Perry movie. I don't know. Who cares?
Tyler Perry,
dollar sign.
Yeah.
Tyler Perry, dollar sign.
And usually that movie would be number 1, but it is not, because Act of Valor came out.
Act of Valor.
This actually should probably be in the top 5, but this movie fucking pisses me off. Not probably the surprise of no one.
Shocking.
I saw the 30-second trailer for it. I'm like, is this just an army recruitment?
See, I heard Eminem.
Navy SEALs.
I thought it was
Navy SEALs.
I thought because of the Eminem music, I was like, oh, this must be a Chrysler ad. And then I went, no, this is a different piece of American propaganda. I got it. It makes sense
of
now.
29%.
Yeah,
on
so
Rotten Tomatoes.
If you don't know what this movie
is, 85%.
Yeah, audience cinema score of A. It has an A cinema score. People love this
because, like you said, the people who would go and see it are the people that would like it.
Yeah, that's exactly
I want to see a movie where America wins and shoots towel heads.
Yeah, so the whole sell of this movie is that, and they actually have it in some of their promotional items, they say, yo, this movie has active duty Navy SEALs in this bitch. Also, the script was approved by the Department of Defense.
So let me say, the reason they have active duty Navy SEALs is because all the veterans coming back from Iraq and Afghanistan don't have work, and it's just easy to have them on the screen.
Well, no, you're actually wrong. The reason they have active duty Navy SEALs is because they're the only ones dumb enough, apparently, to work for free.
Yeah, that's the worst part. So they're bragging about this.
Do you think the Department of Defense has a person who approves of scripts?
Yeah, it's
That's
Leon
his only
Panetta.
job.
Leon Panetta.
Yeah.
This second act's a little slow. explosions. Actually, he doesn't even write out the word. He just draws like a mushroom cloud. It's like, what?
That's what an explosion looks like.
I was going to say you needed a Rolling Stone editor in there, but...
Yeah.
That'd be good, too.
Yeah, so what Benson was saying is that they are promoting the fact that these Navy SEALs, because they wanted the truth to get out there, the story to be told.
The truth.
Based on actual events, just like that movie The Vow was.
Just like
basically.
Pearl Harbor was.
Yeah, inspired. They are bragging that these guys didn't get paid to be in this movie. I didn't know that this was a non-profit movie because it went number one. It's supposed to make $30 million this week for Relativity Media. I don't think Relativity Media is part of the U.S. government. I think they're a profit-generating company.
I think the reason they said that specifically non-profit is because if Americans found out the Navy SEALs were acting in movies and being paid for it, they'd probably freak out.
It's fucking bullshit.
Do you mean that a company
released a movie
is getting the support of the government and making money off of stuff, and they're getting free work out of it?
So you must work for Sears, because that's something that they would think. Probably
people shop at Sears.
Exactly.
Some do, sadly.
So yeah, that movie came out, and there's also a couple bombs, like total bombs. This Wanderlust movie with Jennifer Aniston is doing terrible.
Movies?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She's pretty much toast though, because she doesn't generate any box office.
She helped in Horrible Bosses.
She's that was her first hit in a long
she didn't really
time.
generate the draw for that either, though. Like,
It was
I think
Charlie Day.
That was a concept thing.
Yeah,
like,
it was.
People
It was
go,
concept.
"Oh, I hate my boss. That's a funny idea. Let's fucking watch it."
I want to murder my boss.
Yeah, exactly.
That's approachable. Sadly, it kind yeah.
If you're listening, boss, sorry.
You could feel the amount of give up the fucking studio had when they promoted this. It was just like, just put a fucking trendy song in there. Here's an ad that doesn't tell you anything about the movie at all, really. It's like they're in a house, there's some hippies. They just fucking gave up. And the other movie that came out was Gone.
Gone.
That movie looks fucking terrible. So if you don't know what this movie is, Alex looks confused.
It's got Amanda Seyfried.
Yeah, she's pulling a Heigl. She just wants to straight up ruin her career. So she had some momentum and she wants to kill it. So this movie, the plot of it is she's kidnapped by a serial killer.
Oh, nice.
And she gets away.
But then Liam Neeson comes to save her.
I was about to say Liam Neeson.
No, that's actually, sadly, a better movie.
Well, they're making Taken 2 now, so.
Yeah, how does that work? That's like Under Siege 2. Anyways. I just happened to be on another thing. Anyways.
Speed 2, Cruise Control.
So, anyways. So she gets away, right? Year later. Of course, she goes to the cops, and the cops do nothing. Yeah, we can't. This person doesn't exist.
You're saying a rich white girl went to the cops after being kidnapped?
She wasn't Mormon. It doesn't matter.
And then the cops didn't care because that's what usually happens when rich white girls that are attractive. that would happen.
Totally
Anyways, they go, this isn't a serial killer. This is unrelated because you got away and everyone else died or whatever. I don't know what the reasons are. But a year later, she goes, I kidnapped your sister. So you're going to have to come get her.
Oh, shit.
Because he wants to settle the score. But she's not going to let her sister get away. Of course, she goes to the cops, and they won't do nothing.
Why?
I want to see this
Because cops, I don't know.
My sister's gone missing, and a year ago I was kidnapped.
Is Officer Wiggum in this cop war?
Yeah, he's like looking in the barrel of the gun.
See?
You can.
Hey, Chief, come on.
It doesn't even
She might have got kidnapped. Nah.
We're going to have park job in 7A.
It doesn't even show it in the trailer, but there's going to be a whole department going, this is bullshit.
There's one logical fallacy to this entire movie. It's that she didn't get Nancy Grace involved.
Oh.
Yeah, that she would be involved.
True.
Where's Seyfried? Where's Seyfried?
But just to finish up, though, seriously, you can tell that it's going to be the whole department think that this isn't real, but then one cop is going to be on her side, and then he's going to fuck her in the ass, because that's what happens.
Well, that's
in the
implied.
movies.
They don't show it in the.
They probably have a scene, and then the twist is that he's actually a serial killer. I want to look that up now because I think
good.
So, what do you guys? Does she go to a rogue cop that has nothing to lose? Mm-hmm. Probably.
Yeah.
No, he's going to be.
She's going to do it herself.
Loose cannons aren't They're not good secondary characters. They're good primary characters.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Loose cannon doesn't work as a secondary character.
Loose cannon's one of my favorite archetypes.
All right.
It's so ridiculous.
Okay, so let's go into top 5. Don't see any movies this week. Just give up. Just don't fucking see anything.
With the gun and shooting part.
If you want to watch an animated movie, you can watch Arrietty.
Oh, we did watch.
Watching.
And don't watch From Justin to Kelly. That is a poorly made movie.
It's on HBO Go if you want to watch it.
Yeah.
That movie was
great.
Hilarious.
Oh my god, that movie was bad.
You know what was great, though? The singers who had no acting experience weren't the worst actors in it.
Yeah, that's funny. You're right, though. You know, I got to say, the one thing that I was saying to you about that movie is it literally had no subtext whatsoever. No. I've never seen a movie like that. It had zero subtext. Everyone just said exactly what
I
they
really
thought.
like that girl.
Yeah, like, that was the whole movie. It was, like, insane
Kelly's
to
a
me.
way better singer the whole time, too.
Oh, it's in the best part of the costumes. That was one reason to watch it. It's this is so dated.
Oh, yeah, it's terrible. Anyway,
top 5?
Top 5.
Let's go on to the top 5.
So we'll start off with the bonus one.
We're doing the bonus one first?
Yeah.
This is a one personally. So people go to my website. Sometimes my website breaks because I'm a bad programmer. And when it does, it sends me an email. And this email has a bunch of technical information about how it broke in case I ever feel like trying to fix it. I don't know if a lot of people know, but there's this thing called the HTTP referrer field when a web browser does a request to a server. This field is filled with the last website you were at before you went to our website. I got a lot of emails with pretty interesting HTTP referrers. I'm going to name a couple of them right now. HentaiPornoVideo.net, pretty cool game. HentaiPorno.net, Animated Cutie 18 gets fucked in the train.
Nice.
It fucks in the train?
Yeah. Kalenis.net, blonde cheerleader has an ass. Oh, okay. You know,
Has an ass.
Has an ass, yeah.
Bold with that shit.
There's a couple other ones.
Maybe it's
there's
Maybelline.
nasty tons meet wet satisfied cunts. White cheerleader gets black dawn, etc.
Do people know how to look for pornography?
Do people know how to open a new tab before going to our website?
Oh, I'm done coming.
Do people? Let's watch some Tipping 40s.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or maybe they're not done. Maybe they're not done. They need to finish by going to us.
Or maybe
I got a new slogan. Tipping 40s, your after sex cigarette. You know?
There's
get relief.
There's also a lot of weird
I
Russian
think it should
sites
just be
that,
Tipping 40s post-cum.
I also get a lot of weird Russian business sites. Like they look like the fronts are like there's one that was a front to a stone tile for countertops. There's another one that did furniture and are these fronts to a mafia or something? Because they look legitimate, but why would anyone go from a Russian stone cutting website countertop thing to our website? There's also a lot of different forms that come.
There's a Russian carpenter just pissed. I would.
And then also, I got
crafting dolls.
I got to thank whoever's at the Milwaukee School of Engineering for basically spending an entire night trying to hack my website. They're just trying to do JavaScript.
The Milwaukee School of Engineering.
Yeah. So thanks. Keep trying. It sends me a bunch of emails, and I love those.
Fuck the Packers, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess.
Wisconsin.
Yeah, I guess.
You kidding me?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, they're Packers fans.
Yeah.
Number 5 is the extinction of split screen. So, Benson, you're going to talk about this, I would imagine.
Yes.
Pisses me off a lot.
So,
I
the new SSX is coming out.
Looks good.
Me and Ryan were both really excited about it. I was a huge fan of the first SSX. I don't even know how many hours I put into that game. And I'm excited to play it.
Looks good. It looks like a good game.
Oh, it looks fantastic. But I found out that there's no split screen. And this is a common thing that started a little while back.
With online.
It was when online became really prominent, almost to the point where you kind of have to have the internet to have a console now, which is fine. I understand that. We're in a connected world. Everyone uses the internet now. It's not that uncommon. But I still, why would I ever want to enjoy the company of others in my house when I could talk to them over a fucking headset?
Well, not talk.
Down
yell
the
racial
street.
Slurs at them.
Well, that's true. I could.
I don't like leaving my house
faggot.
either to go talk to anyone. So.
I don't understand it. I mean, that's the reason I love playing games like Mario Party and stuff. Even though
that's not split screen.
No, it's not split screen. I'm saying I want someone next to me that I can converse with while I'm playing the game. I don't want to fucking talk to someone over a headset who's miles away down the street.
Who needs their chocolate milk?
Especially if it's my friend. my fucking friend, and I have to play on a different console than them. I can't ever play split screen with anyone ever again.
Yeah, it sucks.
The new Burnout game did the same fucking thing. What else? There was another one recently.
It's a lot of games because yeah.
I think they just rather sell 2 copies of the game.
I think that's part of it, but I think the other big part of it is just resources.
They say no. I think that's complete bullshit. They always say that the console can't handle it, and I believe that the console can't handle it that well. But you can drop the fucking textures
what Halo
and stuff,
does.
and that's fine with me. You know, it doesn't need to look beautiful. It's already cut the screen down.
You have less.
I can't tell anyway.
It's also developmental resources. They just don't care.
Yeah, they don't care. That's just it. I just want to play with my fucking friend sometimes. I don't want both of us to have to buy a copy of the game and both of us to have a console just to fucking play this one game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate that there's kind of been an extinction of 4-player split screen, like first-person shooter and stuff. The TV's gotten way bigger. They're super fun. I mean, there's nothing better than like experiencing the stupidity together, like someone doing something
the
dumb.
body armor's mine.
Yeah, and there is some cheese factor because you can look at their screens and see where they are.
I mean, we had fun playing Halo together and stuff.
Oh yeah, we were playing Halo split screen, and it's a
lot of fun.
It's fun. I mean, I'm not a huge Halo fan or anything, but I like playing the game because there's another person next to me. I'm talking and laughing with them, not over the fucking internet all the time.
And what's sad is like Halo wasn't that original in that regard last generation, but now it's like almost like
the only one doing it.
Yeah, it's like provocative. It's like, ooh.
It's ridiculous.
I just miss split screen because you can look at other people's screens and it completely changes what you do. So people just stand there and wait.
It becomes more of a meta game.
It's so much more mind games. I like that.
Yeah, and I think it's all part of the common theme that is going around, which is that the more connected we are with technology, the more
less connected
disconnected we are with other people. But that's a whole podcast worth of shit we could talk about for that, so we'll just move it on.
Okay, so number 4, I'm going to keep this one quick. This is the headline from Wall Street Journal, the exact headline. Putin, addressing rally, casts himself as unifier. Mm-hmm. So he's the unifier now. He's a great unifier.
If you don't know, there was parliamentary elections, and they were probably pretty rigged.
Yeah,
but
they have 150% vote.
There's been a lot more. There's a lot more political discourse. I don't know if it's discourse, but activism, I guess you could say, in Russia.
There isn't. I haven't heard about it.
Anyway, so I guess Putin still wants to be in power because he's crazy or like that. But one of the funny things that I saw in this article, and I talked to you about, Mike, was the line right here says, Mr. Putin gathered tens of thousands of people for a rally 10 days before the presidential election to counter a series of large protests challenging his 12-year rule. Evoking a country's victories over Napoleon in 1812 and Hitler in 1945, he declared, the battle for Russia continues and the victory will be ours. I think you forgot about the, revolutions in 1918 and 1989. No, maybe not.
No.
Overthrown power.
Those are boo-boos.
Well, those are whoopsies.
Yeah, whoopsies.
That's an oops.
Like I said to Benson before the podcast, he really is a unifier, though, because if you disagree with them, he just charges you with conspiracy and throws you in prison. So he does technically unify people.
Number 3. Unifies them in fear.
Number 3 really pisses me off. Bill Maher makes $1 million donation to the Obama presidency. I am, actually, because he bitched about super PACs more than anyone.
Yes.
And then it's like, well, I'm doing it because it's better than having the other person. No, you're an asshole.
Yeah.
You're still an asshole.
Maybe his political view's right, but you're still an asshole being a hypocrite and going back on it.
Yeah.
His political view's not right. But anyway, the point is that, I actually do like Bill Maher. I agree with a lot of the stuff he says.
I watch the show every week.
And I think that he's really entertaining. But he has a pretty big track record of saying one thing and then doing something completely different and basically just being like, well, it's for the better. It's for the greater good. You have to do what you think is right or whatever. It's like, well, then don't fucking say that. Don't shut other
people for that.
Yeah, like he has a very bad record with that, and also, as I was saying before, he's on the board of PETA. So
and also,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Also, I will say though, it's almost impossible to watch his show during a presidential election year. It's just the most one-sided piece of shit.
Yeah, well, he is always one-sided, and so
he at least criticizes the president on off years, though.
Well, you're right, but I think the problem is that the people who end up coming on the show
are even worse.
It feels like they bring in
like 3 people that agree with him and 1 person that doesn't.
Yeah, and then it's just them stomping on the Republican during election years.
I mean, to be fair, it's not just him. Any fucking news show does that. I mean, look at like the contributors.
Every show that's.
I hate hearing the audience. So that's the worst part because it should just be called Booyah.
That's that whole show.
Booyah.
And sometimes he actually complains about
that shit too.
Yeah.
Fucking hate it so much.
It's like they yay something. I'm like, why are they cheer? What's going on?
Sometimes he will say like, "Oh, come on, don't cheer for that. Are you fucking kidding me?" But usually he revels in it.
Yeah, the crowd's a big circle jerk. So
it is totally.
Next.
So number 2, Pennsylvania representative likes to receive letters.
Okay, so. This guy, you may know him or may not know him. He's a representative from Pennsylvania. His name is Harry Reid Shaw. He is he is a guy who is very, very for the vaginal
ultrasound thing.
Whatever it's called. I don't know. Yeah, the rape law. Basically, if you don't know about this, we talked about it before.
Yeah. Last week.
We'll go over a little bit. Basically, if you're thinking about having an abortion, they want to do an ultrasound that's inserted vaginally to basically let you see the baby.
And if you've seen the thing, it looks like a dildo. It's great.
Yeah,
it looks like a fucking
ridiculous.
dildo.
And it's blatantly a scare tactic to get people to not want to have abortions. That's all it is. I mean, it's very obvious. There's no medical reason for it to happen. So what happened is this woman who's a blogger apparently, but she's anonymous in this, and I don't know. Yeah. But she sent him a letter that said it was pretty outraged, I guess the best way to put it. She was pretty pissed about the whole deal, and she essentially said, I find it hard to support you in the future after this because it's such a ridiculous intrusion of women's rights, and it also makes it feel like all of you think that women don't have the ability to think for themselves and or make their own decisions. They need some man telling them, "Oh, this is what you should do." It's very, very condescending in general. And
so honestly, his response was like, "Oh no, I'm not trying to tell you what to do." Right?
No, his response was actually the opposite of that. Amazingly,
yeah, you're right. You are fucking stupid. I'm choosing.
He essentially goes the first sentence. I'll just read it. His response, now her response started with, "I know this message will fall on deaf ears, but," so on. Mm-hmm. And so he responded, "I know this message will fall on deaf ears, but I do not choose to debate intellect versus morals, as I believe morals should overwhelmingly be the favorite."
I don't even know what that means.
Has he ever taken a philosophy course in his life?
This is the exact type of person that is ruining this country because we vote in these fucking people who go, "I think what's right is what Jesus told me is right. Has nothing to do with intellect. I don't want to think."
No. It's really, I don't want to do research.
If you like that, vote for Santorum. There you go.
Yeah, right?
I had not seen this article. I'm reading right now, and I'm getting very angry at it.
It's mind-blowing that this guy said these things. But basically, the guy makes several ridiculous points in his letter back to her. And this woman, I gotta admit, the woman was kind of a bitch in her letter. She was kind of condescending. But this guy's response is the most unprofessional, ridiculous response I've ever seen.
It's really insulting.
This guy's supposed to be a politician. He's fucking terrible. He basically said, he said that one thing he used is, "I have a daughter who's trying to have this is insane. He goes, "I have a daughter who's trying to have a baby, and she can't. She's physically unable to have a baby. And you want to kill babies." And it's like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything?
Exactly.
This is like a weird leading
Shut the fuck
thing.
up.
And one thing that she says that's great is she's like, "I feel bad for this woman who you're basically bringing your daughter without her permission into this conversation. It has nothing to do with anything.
Look at my barren child."
Yeah, I know.
She can't do what women do.
Yeah. Which that's basically,
go adopt someone.
It's almost that's what he's saying is like, you're here to make babies.
Yeah,
just make some fucking babies. Now you shouldn't be killing babies. You're making babies.
Let's call women baby makers from now on.
That and making me pot pies.
And squirt them shits out.
Now I thought the worst part of this article though is that he looked up her voting record beforehand.
I didn't know they could do that.
Yes, and
that's so it's fucking insane.
Yeah, he looked up her voting record and he responded to her. The letter is addressed to her by her first name. Not dear blank, not anything. It just said name. It's very, very inappropriate that a politician would do that to begin with, basically over getting hate mail.
Yeah.
That's like if someone sent us hate mail and we internet detective them and found their house and like told about it and stuff. Like, it's ridiculous. You know?
They should have no right to look up people's voting records.
No, absolutely
ever.
not.
They should never. No politician should have access to that. That's fucking bullshit.
What state is this in?
Registration
No, they
records,
have
but-
to keep records.
So what state is this in? Where is this at?
Pennsylvania.
That fucking should not be allowed.
Yes, this representative is in Pennsylvania. So, in general, this guy is not only an idiot, which is kind of par for the course, but he is using his power to gather personal information on someone based solely on the fact that they sent him a letter saying they don't support him.
Yeah, that's honestly the part that bothers me the most, because his viewpoint is just dumb.
The other things are like, God, I can't believe this guy is a fucking politician. Fuck him, fuck the people who voted for him. But that is an abuse of power, like ridiculous abuse of power.
He should be removed from office for that, I think.
Yeah, it's fucking terrible.
But it's probably legal.
Whatever. And that's the problem. He won't be removed from office.
No, it's probably legal. I don't know.
No one will even mention this after.
No. Well, that's partially because she didn't put a fucking name on her article.
Yeah, I hate that. It's like, why would you be anonymous? You're making a point already. You need to fucking go
number
look.
one.
So number one, I haven't been this mad in a while. Should valets be responsible for drunk drivers too? So you got the
Yeah, first off, it's funny. It's comma 2.
Comma 2?
Yeah. But the article is basically saying in Boston there's a idea for a bill, I think.
I'll read the caption. That old public service announcement is pretty well ingrained these days. Friends don't let friends drive drunk. But who else should be responsible for stopping would-be drunken drivers?
The person who's driving? How about them? How about someone taking fucking responsibility for themselves?
Yeah, I was going to go with cops.
But the valet is my friend.
Okay, bars and restaurants are already legally on the hook, which they shouldn't be.
Are they really?
They totally are.
Yeah, you're not allowed to.
Even if they use a fake ID, they're still liable. It's fucking bullshit.
No,
Bullshit.
The thing is, you shouldn't be serving drunk people more liquor, but that's how you make money, so no one ever cares.
No, that's not.
It makes
not
no
their
sense
right.
anyway, because it's like
Bullshit.
Do grocery stores stop drunk people from buying liquor?
So, anyways,
So
here's the money line. Some in Boston say valet parking attendants should also be liable. Okay, so let me tell you something.
Liable for what? Being drunk?
Yeah. So let me give you some
I'm not
scenarios.
gonna give my keys to
I think
the valet guy who was drunk.
This is an idea of a good idea, but a terrible execution, a terrible plan.
I don't think it's a good
Good
idea.
idea.
I think
Terrible.
it's horrible. I think it's the worst
No,
idea.
what the valet driver should do is give the guy his keys and just call the cops. It should be a moral responsibility. The valet driver should not be a legal responsibility.
Exactly.
License plate this, cop. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. And the cop's like, well, I'm just gonna go get him.
He's just right there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he would be.
Okay,
There's cops everywhere out there. Fucking Boston, you kidding me?
let's go through a little scenario here. Who are? Let's say you don't know somebody and you see someone getting into a car drunk, about to drive, and you walk up to them and say, "Hey, I don't think you should drive. I'm not going to let you drive, in fact."
Then I get punched in the face.
And then you take their keys away from them.
Whoa.
Yeah. Or you just don't, maybe you have them and you don't give them to them. Say,
you would probably get
curb stomped.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, if in a court of law, you could actually get in trouble for that because
right now you would.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure if there was a law passed, there would be exemptions for this. But.
Yeah,
well, right. No, I know. But I'm saying, like, even beyond that, though, if you, like, went up to someone and did that, it's like, you're not allowed to take someone's fucking keys from them. You know, a valet, it's different because they're given the keys. But the problem is that it
would be like a assault at that point.
They have plenty of work to do. You know, valets don't just stand around waiting for your fucking keys. They're always going back and forth. They have time to deal with one drunk person all night, you know, which is what would happen.
Yeah, and okay, so you expect a valet to do this, and the other problem is false accusations. Let's say a guy comes out and he had a stroke, and he slurs his speech, and he walks out. He's totally sober, and the guy goes, "Well, I'm not going to give you your keys. You're drunk." So after he punches that guy in the face, he says, "Well, I'm not drunk." And then the cops come, and then they have to do all this paperwork. It's a huge waste of money. And then that guy gets to sue the state. Here's the other thing. If the valet person gets punched in the face, he gets to sue the state as well as the person. because he's going to get punched in the face too. Actually, the valets are going to be very likely to get punched in the face because a lot of cops get attacked from drunk people. So, and they have authority. They have. That's great in your head.
As sad as this whole thing is, the only people that should be prosecuting and trying to stop drunk drivers are cops.
Yes,
because that's their job. And that's what they should do.
The whole thing of keeping the restaurant responsible or anything like that is it's their responsibility to stop someone from driving drunk. It's like
you can't stop them.
It's like it's like if you're at a gym and some guy decides to bench too much and he breaks his fucking arm. It's like, oh, Jim, good job. Good job, man. You owe me for this.
Pussy, you're pussy. You can't do that.
Pay for my arm, Jim.
An even easier way to think about it is like if you go into a fast food place, is it the fast food place's responsibility not to serve your hamburger because you're overweight and may suffer a heart attack?
Actually,
in New York State, they're trying to pass
several
it's responsible for them to show you stats.
Several lawsuits have dictated that
retarded.
You can sue for getting too fat.
So if I go to the grocery store, get completely trashed and crash my car, I can sue the grocery store for selling me this stuff.
Yeah,
if you're trash,
you can try it. Try it out.
That would be harder. But if you went to a bar, go to any bar,
Van Damme it the whole time,
fucking drink like crazy.
That's what
and
you got to do.
And then crash into a tree, and you got to break something though. You got to hollow yourself.
You got to get hurt a little bit.
Yeah, crash. Actually, you could kill somebody too. Don't fucking have those people have won cases too. You will win. You will fucking win. That bar will lose, and you will win millions of dollars.
You'll go to jail for a little bit for aggravated DUI, and then you'll win a shitload of money.
Mm-hmm.
Cha-ching!
As long as you have the money for the legal representation.
Payroll.
Depends on what state you're in.
That's enough. Enough of this fucking sad ass bullshit. Let's talk about closing up the podcast here with our
this gay earth
with our voicemail and shit. Okay. Leave us a voicemail. It's 218-666-8407. Or send us an email. It's podcast@tipping40s.com. Thank you for listening. And this was episode 39.
Peace.
Guys, don't let other people drive.
Diggity dog. Breaking. Diggity dog. Breaking. Diggity.